This is the NEXUS AirBlaze Z4 HVAC register booster fan. Let's take it out of the box. In the box you get the instruction manual. They give you a little bag here with 2 screws for the vent cover itself, along with a cable stay and cable tie. There is a remote for it. The remote is magnetic. If you're putting it on a non-ferrous surface, they give you this metal disc, adhesive on the back. It sticks to it, so you can put it anywhere you want, so it's an easy reach. Over here you get, of course, the unit itself and the power adapter for it. Yep, you got to plug it in. Now, how and where do you plug it in? That's going to be up to you with how your vents are done. There's a notch right there where it comes out, or you can just ignore that, fold it down, and if there's room in the vent itself, you can run the wire into the vent. Now, once in the vent, you're going to have to find a way out, and that means you're going to have to make a hole. If you have flexible ducting or rigid ducting, you'd have to drill a hole. Flexible, you could punch a hole through it with something sharp, and then run that out, maybe in a basement or something, or in an attic, or wherever you have it installed. They also give you this plastic cover. It's a vent cover. It just comes off, pops out. As you see right there, we'll take it out. There we go. And you can save that if you want to block the vent off. Now this, of course, is going to, there's no louvers on this. So this vent would essentially be like your old one, but fully open. And the only way to close it completely would be to put this cover back on it. Okay, so otherwise this is going to be open all the way, but typically you'd buy this for a room where the register just doesn't get enough air, because that's what it does. It increases the airflow. Let me tell you a little more about it here. It has thermostatic control. There's buttons on it, or the remote like we talked about before. You don't set it to what you have your thermostat set to. You set it to what it will read at the hottest or coolest temperature, depending if you're doing heating or cooling. And yes, this can do both modes like that. Particular size of this one is 4x10. There is also a 6x10 and a 6x12. You need to measure what you have so you know what to get as far as that goes. The fans in here, there's 2 fans, one for each side of it, right like that. 10 speeds, you can adjust it. Now, at the highest fan speeds, you're going to hear it. But if you want to be warm or you want to be cool, that's going to be the trade-off. A system that was installed properly in your home wouldn't be having these register issues as such. But, you know, if they balanced it properly. But this can certainly help in a pinch. Just drop it in. You take out the existing vent cover. If you got screws in it, you just take them out, drop this in, put the screws in. If you don't have screws like me, it just drops in, because mine are in the floor. There's a sleep mode on this as well. It'll lower the fan speed and darken the display on there as well. The fans in here run at 3,200 RPM and produce 120 CFM. CFM is cubic feet per minute. We're going to be talking about different kinds of units here. I have an anemometer that we're going to be testing this with, so we can see the difference between on and not on. And that doesn't measure in cubic feet per minute. It measures in meters per second, or feet per second rather. The bottom line is it doesn't matter what the unit is. Just consider it like the speedometer in your car. If you go in 10 miles an hour, it's kind of slow. If you go in 60, it's a lot faster than 10. That's all there is to it. Ignore the units and just know that more is better. It's simple like that. Before we go and install it, I just want to show you what it looks like and give you an idea of what it'll sound like. It's going to sound different in the vent, but you'll get the idea. First off, you set it to temperature mode. You could just hit the mode button there, Of course, you can access all this stuff from the remote also, but I like simplicity with the buttons right on it, just like that. Temperature mode, so if you have it on heat, your heat's going to turn on, start cooking up, it's going to start blowing nice warm air out. You want to look for that high temperature and set it to like 70% of that. That way it knows when to turn on, and then when the temperature falls, because the furnace isn't running anymore, then it's going to shut off. So you have your cooling mode. You can run this up and down. Okay, obviously it's not cooling because we don't need that right now. And there's your heating mode, and you can run that up and down as well. Okay, but again, we're not using heat right now either. We're going to go right to fan. This is just a manual on. Yep, it's definitely moving quite a bit of air. This, of course, is going to be helped by the fact that your blower itself is running as well. You can lower that. We'll go down to 1. It takes a little while to rev up and down. So now we're running at speed 1. It's just a faint wisp of air coming out. I'm not sure that 1 is particularly useful, but at least it's something. Speed 4, give that a moment just to get up to speed. Moving a bit better, and that may be just enough for what you need. So with that, we're going to take this and go put it in. We'll do some tests with an anemometer. Also, if you notice, it was on speed 4. If I plug it back in, it comes right back on to speed 4. So it has a memory function as well. So now I'm going to show you how to install this in the vent. We'll do a test of the existing airflow and then see what this can do. This vent cover has seen better days, but this one just lifts out. And now you can drop this in. Might have to play with it. Mine just fits right in. If you have screws, then you put those in. In this case, the wire is going to come out right here, and I'm going to plug it in. I'm going to get my anemometer, and we'll test it before I plug it in. Okay, I have the blower on the HVAC system running right now, and we're reading about 413. It's going to depend where you move it. 354, 492. So in the 400 range. All right, pretty fair on that. So let's take that away. Plug this in. We're going to run this to fan speed 10. Now I'm not showing you any heating or cooling. And the reason why is because right now, first of all, this is an AC system only. The air seems to really get whipping out of there pretty nice. Oh yeah, wow. Look at that, 826. That's practically double from what it was before. That's on speed 10. Now we can lower that. You got to give it a moment to slow down. A lot quieter on speed 5. But we're still getting an increase quite a bit right there. Now, like I said, I'm not setting the temperature on here or doing any of that. And the reason why is because this is an AC system only, and right now it's still cold out, so I can't put the AC on, but I can just put the blower on so you can see. So in doing that, we can run that down to 0. And the spot that I have it in is not registering as well as it did before. That's about what we had before. We'll go back to 5. Again, it is a little slow to ramp up and down. That's not really a big deal. Look at the increase, 600 and change. Hopefully you could read that, but again, you're about 629 to 650, and we'll go up to 10 again. There we go. Almost 900. 885 to 905. And the wind is absolutely whipping out of there. That's pretty nice. So again, what you would do is set to like cooling mode, for example. I'd see what it would read normally on that, and that probably is about a pretty good guess as far as the air. 70% of the temperature of the air I would get out of here on a normal basis. Or for heat, you would do 75% of what the hottest temperature was and set the temperature to that, whatever temperature comes out of your vent. But in this case, we have no heating, no cooling, we just have regular room temperature air, so the manual fan speed is what I could show you at this point in time. Otherwise, you could set it for heating or cooling mode, and it's going to automatically go and ramp up the fans when it senses, like if it's in cooling mode, once it gets down to that temperature that we set it to, it's going to go ahead and turn on and get whipping at the speed we set it at, and that'll continue until the AC shuts off. The temperature is naturally going to rise, and it's going to say, okay, it's not cooling, so we'll shut this down, and it'll shut off. So it will make it pretty much automatic operation for your HVAC system. So once again, this was the NEXUS AirBlaze Z4 HVAC Register Booster Fan. If you'd like to purchase this item, I'll leave a link in the video description where you can find this item available for sale on Amazon. Thanks for watching. Make sure you click like, make sure you click subscribe, and take care. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.